welcome to the race briefing video for the Chiltern Ridge 50k. Thanks for tuning in, and we're really looking forward to seeing you down there on Saturday. This is the 6th edition of the race, and it's the biggest one so far. So we've got just about 280 of you signed up, and we've got this amazing new route taking you from Berkhamsted Castle all the way over to Wendover. So I'm just going to run through some of the basic things that you need to know ahead of the race. So the first thing really to say is we've packed the website full of information, which includes things like all of the GPS files and the route downloads and things like that. We've got maps, we've got spectator information, and everything really that you should need. That also includes things like the passenger list for the coach in the morning. So head over to runawayracing.com, go over to the Chiltern Ridge race page, and you should find everything you need to answer any question that you have. If after this video and looking at the website you've still got some queries, then you can always email hello@runawayracing.com as well. We have been getting a fair amount of emails about the coaches in the morning. There's people that didn't book that originally and would like to use it. So if you are, or you did book a coach place and you no longer need it, then just send us an email letting us know. That would be helpful, and hopefully we can kind of sub a few people in and out. So let's go over the coach details. So yeah, the coaches in the morning, which are going from Wendover train station to the start at Berkhamsted Castle. So the pickup location for that is outside Wendover train station, the main kind of entrance there. It's fairly obvious, and you've got a big car park at Wendover train station for about 200 cars. So there is more than enough room to park all of you, and I would really highly sort of recommend parking there rather than trying to find somewhere else in Wendover. Wendover's a pretty small village, and there are a couple of other car parks, but really we want to leave those free for local people and local businesses so that we don't fill everything up for the entire day. So please do park at Wendover train station. You can pay for that using your phone or the machines on the day. I think it's £6 for the entire day. So get yourself parked there, and then you can come and board the coach. There are 2 coaches. The first is going to arrive at 7:30, and therefore if you want to get there a little bit earlier, then you can board that coach, get there for say 7:15, board that coach, and you'll be there in the first batch. And then the second coach will be arriving more like 7:45 and will then leave 7:50, 7:55 or so. It's about a 20-minute journey, so the coaches then will arrive into Berkhamsted, anywhere from about 8 to about 8:15 onwards, which still then gives you kind of 45 minutes to get registered, go to the loo, drop a bag, and things like that. For those of you that are going directly to Berkhamsted, there are many public car parks in Berkhamsted. There is no parking whatsoever at the castle. It doesn't have a car park, so please don't try and drive directly up to the castle. There is the multi-storey car park next to Waitrose, which you can park all day, and there are other kind of car parks dotted around. I would try and avoid, if you can, parking at Berkhamsted train station because it is astronomically expensive. It is very close, so if you don't care about paying, I think it's over 10, maybe it's 12 quid for the day, then yeah, that's probably the closest one. But if not, yeah, any of the others in Berkhamsted are much more affordable. And then it's a case of walking to the castle. You walk up the main castle entrance and you will see we've got the registration set up there where you can pick up your registration, your bib for the day. So let's go over that. The only thing that you're going to get given is one of these. This contains your timing chip on it. So we've moved away from the wristband system that some of you would have used at races previously. So this is the only thing that you will need to pick up. We have the timing chips, as I say, on this, which means please don't fold it, try and make it smaller, and it must go on the front, either on your chest or on the front of your shorts. Please don't put it on the back of your bag, and try not to bury it under too many layers either, because that will potentially obscure any reads that you might get. Now with these, we are timing with chip timing, so you all get a chip time start, you'll all get an individual start time, and there are 2 timing points on the route, which will be near checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2, and then of course at the finish. So for spectators or friends and family that want to keep updated, see how you're doing, they will get those split times during the race. If they go to runawayracing.com/results, they will be updated throughout the day, and your time will be, your finish time and placing will be there immediately when you finish. So that's all you need to get. We'll have safety pins and pens to write on the back and things like that. And then the other thing to say at the castle is bag drop. So we have a van that is transporting bags from Berkhamsted Castle to the finish. That will be parked outside of the castle at the entrance. So when you are ready to drop your bag, please go and hand that to the marshal and they'll put it in the van. But please, can you limit the size of your bags? You know, obviously 280 odd people, one van, it can get pretty full pretty quickly. So please limit what you're bringing. Ideally, really, it's only a jacket and, you know, some basic things that you might need at the finish, like a bit of nutrition, that sort of thing. Try not to bring a big suitcase or a big duffel bag if you can. I know some of you will be staying overnight in Berkhamsted and may have a bigger bag, but yeah, please limit the size of that, because we don't really want to get into a position where we have to do multiple journeys to and from Berkhamsted with the bags. Alright, couple of other things. What do you need to run with? So mandatory kit. So really basic for us, but this is a bare minimum, is your mobile phone, and you want to have the emergency phone number saved on that ideally. It will be on your bib as well. I'll put it up on the screen now. The other thing is that we would like to have you have access to the route on your phone or your watch. So you'll see on the website we've got the GPX you can download, but we've also linked it on, say, Garmin, Google Maps, and a few other places, OS Maps. So if you know how to, get that on your watch so that you can use that as a backup if you're, you know, out on the course and you get yourself lost or a sign gets moved by a member of the public. If you can't get it on your watch, then get it on your phone. Everyone can access the one on Google Maps, but if not, you can also download OS Maps as the app and you can follow it on that. There's lots of ways you can do it. You shouldn't really need to use that because the signage will all be out there, but it's just a case of, you know, having a backup in case something goes wrong on the day and you need to work out where you need to go. Other mandatory kit is having either a jacket, a rain jacket, waterproof jacket, windproof jacket, a second layer, or an emergency blanket. Now, my preference would be everyone carries a waterproof jacket, but given that the route is, you know, it's in the countryside, but there's good access for the faster runners who, you know, probably aren't going to need that jacket. You are welcome to carry, just the emergency blanket, but I would stress that is sort of bare minimum, and most of you, I think, should be carrying a second layer and probably an additional warm layer just in case that you know, DNF or you have to stop for whatever reason. Then, of course, you need to be carrying some water, so minimum of 500 milliliters capacity, but we would recommend 1 litre. And that's pretty much everything you need to carry from a minimum sort of perspective. Of course, things like having additional race nutrition, maybe a hat, those are all super important as well to have a really comfortable time out on the trail. So pack responsibly, think about what you might need on the trail and put that in your bag. Of course, we'll have plenty of water and race nutrition at the checkpoints for you to top up with as well. Alright, so let's go to signage and navigation. So as I've mentioned, that it's good for you all to have that backup on your phone or watch, but the signage will be out there for the full 50 kilometers, and I'll just show you what that looks like. So we have orange arrow navigation signage, and it comes in lots of different sizes. So we've got this size, we've got a bit smaller, and we've got a bit bigger. So all of it looks a bit like this. Keep your eyes peeled for those at all times. And then between the signage, you will often see these orange ribbons as well, and that will link everything up nicely. All right. Sometimes when it's needed, we will have these wrong way signs. We try and limit where we put these because they're kind of, you know, easy to tamper with. And then before major road crossings, we will put one of these up as well, just to give you that heads up. If you're wearing headphones at that point, take them out when you see this. We are supported by a massive team of volunteers. We've also got the Bedfordshire 4x4 response team helping with marshalling across roads, and we've got buck search and rescue marshalling and doing our medical support. So we've got loads of support out on the route. If you need anything from anyone, then you can talk to those people. They'll either be in a high-vis or a, the orange high-vis for the Bedfordshire team, and the buck search and rescue will be in their own uniforms as well. So it'll be nice and obvious who you can talk to. If you need to call something in between, you know, marshals or checkpoints, then yeah, there's that number, emergency number on your bib that goes directly through to race control, and we can deal with anything from that point. Just probably a note to look out for other trail users. There's going to be lots of people out on the trail, so you know, be really respectful to other people, no barging past, and you know, especially if you see anyone out on their horse, things like that, then just slow down and make people aware of your presence before overtaking. Close all the gates that you open. You can of course leave a gate open if someone's directly behind you, but if not, please make sure you close a gate. Of course, you know, no one really drops litter on purpose, but sometimes it does happen, so just be mindful of litter, that, you know, wrappings of gels and things like that. And if you see, when you're running, a gel packet on the floor or the top of a gel packet, please can you pick it up, because then that helps just with the overall presence of the race, kind of, you know, leaving a positive taste in everyone's mouth, rather than, you know, upsetting other people that might see litter out on the course. So yeah, pick anything up if you find anything, that would be super appreciated. 3 checkpoints. So we've got, first one is at Pitstone Hill car park, that's 15 or so kilometers in. Second one is just about 29 kilometers in, and the third one is about 42. So in terms of people, actually, you know, your spectators, friends and family supporting you through the race, we would actually advise checkpoint 1 not to have spectators come into there, because it's just such a small car park. You know, you've got maximum really 20 spaces, so if everyone flocks there, it's going to get full very quickly, and there's nowhere else to park, there's nowhere to park on the road there. So I wouldn't advise sending spectators there. Checkpoint 2, there's no vehicle access to checkpoint 2. It's actually where I'm standing right now is checkpoint 2, the runaway office. You can walk up to checkpoint 2 from Wendover, but you cannot get a vehicle up there. Checkpoint 3, that's a pretty good place to go. That is the pub called the Plough at Cadston. Not a huge car park, but being 42 kilometers into the race, people are going to be a lot more staggered, and you know, you may well want to go there for some lunch or have a drink while you wait for your run at that. I have put a document on the website called Spectator Guide, which goes through a few places that you can park on the route and get access to people. There's a few other car parks that I would recommend where you can then park, walk up onto the route and cheer your runners through. The finish in Wendover, so that's in a place called Hampton Meadow, which is on South Street. Yeah, if, you know, bring as many people as you want there. I would say for spectators that are arriving, again, the best place to park is at Wendover train station, but you might be able to use the Witchell Pavilion car park, which is a bit closer, or the library car park at that point, because you know, if you're coming and going and not staying there the whole day, that's fine. If anyone has ordered a t-shirt, those will be available to pick up at the finish line. So once you finish, go over to where the shop is, and if you've pre-ordered a t-shirt, you can pick that up there. We also have some available to sell. We've ordered, you know, about 100 or so. We've sold about 50. So there's about 50 t-shirts that are available still. If you want to pre-order one, you can go onto the website and do that. Go onto the merchandise website page. You'll see there's a race technical tee there, and you can then guarantee a size. We're running a little bit low in some of them, most of them we're still got enough sizes. We're also selling some runaway t-shirts. We're being supported again by Ugoku, who are selling their trail running caps, and we'll be giving those out to the winners as well. And we'll have a few other things for sale. We've got some beers from Mad Squirrel, there'll be some soft drinks, and we're being joined by Wesley's Pizzas, who do amazing pizza. He will have his van parked up in the field, so you can have some post-run fun. Right, the only other thing to say is there is a bus going back to Berkhamsted. So some of you have booked that. We've got about 30-35 people booked onto that. That's going to arrive at about 4:15, leaving for about 4:30, which means if you're getting on that, you will need to have finished the run in 7 and a quarter hours or below. Now, if for some reason you've booked on that bus and you don't make that, don't panic. It's only a 20-minute drive back to Berkhamsted. There's lots of taxi companies that can do that. There might even be some of our marshals that are driving back that direction. But yeah, if you want to go back to Berkhamsted after the race, that service is being offered, and we've still got spaces available if you want to pre-book it. Or if you're not sure, you could make that decision on the day. It's a little bit more risky, but yeah, looking at the numbers now, we've still got 30 spots available. So there we go, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I will do a short briefing when I see you on Saturday morning. But yeah, I hope your preparations have gone really well. I hope the training's gone really well. I've been checking the weather forecast. Looks like we might have a few showers, but generally speaking, it's going to be pretty good running conditions. So I wish you the very best of luck with the race, and I will see you down there on Saturday.